colonists may have shot first, although they may have had good reason to. The colonists' homes were going to be invaded to search for weapons. The leaders were going to be taken away, and so was their chance at freedom. The British were an organized army and would only be trained to shoot when called to. The British Army probably thought that they could go and stop the Continental Union without difficulty, but luckily for us, they were mistaken. The American motive and historical information reflect this. First source is from a British officer who was present at the battle. It says, 19 at 2 o'clock we began our march by wading through a very long stream up to our meadows, about 5 miles away from a town called Lexington. We heard there were some hundreds of people that had collected together intending to oppose us. At 5 o'clock we arrived there and saw a number of people, I believe 200 to 300, formed in a common in the middle of town. We continued advancing, prepared for an attack, though without intending to attack them. As we came near, they fired 1 or 2 shots upon our men without any orders, and fired and put them to flight. We then formed on the common, but with such difficulty. The men were so wild they could hear no orders. We waited a considerable time there, and at length proceeded on our way to Concord. This source mentions 200 to 300 people with weapons, and according to other not assigned sources, it was only about 80, so it is probably biased. I also believe that the battle did not stop as quickly as he explained. He said that the men were so wild, but I think they showed fear. The next source explains the colonist point of view. It says, we, Nathaniel Mulligan, Philip Russell, followed by the names of 32 other men present on the Lexington Green on April 19th, all of lawful age and inhabitants of Lexington, do testify and declare that on the 19th of April, about 5 o'clock in the morning, we proceeded towards the Green and saw a large body of troops marching toward us. Some of our men were coming to the Green and others had reached it, at which time they began to disperse. While our backs were turned on the British troops, they fired on us, and a number of our men were instantly killed and wounded. Not a gun was fired by any person in our company on the British soldiers to our knowledge before they fired on us, and continued firing until we had all made our escape. This source has some evidence backing it because 34 men testify of it instead of 1. It also says that the colonists' backs were turned. This could either be a figure of speech or a very unlikely part of the story. I doubt that they had their backs completely turned. They also said that by their knowledge no one in their group fired. This could mean that the shot was a misfire or not by their group. These sources show very different points of view. I do not think either of them are 100% correct. Both show their biases and doubts. I think the colonists fired for their right safety and their leaders. Thanks for watching.